It's much easier to be focused on the truth once you don't pay attention to the noise. A lot of things are going on right now really rapidly affecting the US dollar. Breaking news, the Prime Minister of Malaysia saying that they're not really interested a lot when it comes to the United States dollar, and now in talks with China about some Asian monetary fund. Also, the Saudi Arabia Crown Prince saying that they don't want to please the United States now. Why? Well, because now they are starting to have other type of conversations with other different countries, like, as you guessed it, BRICS, with all these different new deals about gas and energy. And yesterday, Senator Marco Rubio from Florida saying to Hannity from Fox News, hey, it will come to a point when the United States dollar is not as relevant in a first world country, and how in the world the United States will sanction the countries that are doing bad, right, to the world. If they're not using the US dollar, then what's the point? It will come to that. Couldn't we all agree that this is an amazing time for us to consider something else than the US dollar? Gold seeing a 10% pump in the last month. But you and I know which is the one that we had complete ownership of decentralization. That is Bitcoin, everybody. Cryptocurrency right now, it's seen a nice spike. It's holding, it's still under 30,000, but it's doing nice. And even with this news about crypto, about the United States dollars being hammered from all sides, you know what's happening? You and I know what's going on because we are looking at this. But what most of the mass population, especially in the United States, are distracted with the Trump indictment. Everybody, what is going on? Go ahead and smash the like button, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me say it like it is. On one side, we have a bunch of people concerned about the recession. JP Morgan CEO saying that recession is not over and bad is coming our way, so prepare. This guy who owns, of course, the most important bank in here in the United States. There's a lot of people concerned about what's going to happen if the United States dollar loses that #1 world reserve spot to the Chinese yuan. There's not much you and I can do. That's the reality. But what I can do, not about the dollar, but what I can do for our portfolio is Bitcoin. It's crypto, right? We see Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, putting a staple about, let's put Dogecoin on twitter.com. Cool, like never seen before. There's nothing they can do about it to take it down because it's owned by Elon and Twitter. But in this case, it's a great representation of an exit, a diverse way of investing for us. On one side, we see Malaysia, BRICS, Brazil, that is not cutting deals with China a little bit more. They want to get independence, you know, when it comes to the US dollar, petrodollar, and do more agreements with Saudi Arabia and China and Russia and India. And oh boy, for the United States dollar, that is not good news. But when you start sanctioning over and over with the US dollar, eventually, you know, they're going to be tired of you and they will probably do something out there. And you know what I'm seeing too, which is not good news for this administration with a lot of people? They're still giving billions of dollars to Ukraine in support aid. And the US is like, what about us, right? I know a lot of people have opinions on that, and so much going on. Do not get in the noise of X, Y, and Z. Stay focused. Bitcoin is the way. Go ahead and smash the like button. Now look at this. US dollar bye-bye sanctions. This is exactly what I heard, and it just makes total sense. He lays it out as we lose that position eventually, right? It's probably not going to happen anytime soon in 2023, but China is moving super fast. As far as that China yuan now replaces the US dollar, most traded currency in Russia, as we saw earlier this week. Saudi Arabia Crown Prince saying no longer interested in pleasing the United States. Why is that? Well, because now this guy has some more connections. This guy is looking into, okay, you wanna please you, then he wants something in return, for any concessions given to Washington. Why? Well, because they own, of course, big oil reserves globally, and something that everybody, when they reduced that output in 2023 for oil barrels, the price of oil skyrocketed, went up, and gas went much higher. And even gold price in 10% or so in the last month. People are ditching the dollar in a little bit. They're going out to different places. And of course, Bitcoin still holding that nice, strong position, waiting for a breakout. And you know what's going to give us a good breakout? If we have another bank collapse, because they will turn to Bitcoin and crypto, or if the United States dollar embraces crypto as one of the solutions to fight these challenging times in the world, especially with recession and inflation. But they won't do it because this administration with Biden, sad but true, guys, is anti-crypto, from the White House all the way to the Federal Reserve and the CFTC. It is the reality, but I'm happy to say that I think we're choosing the right path as far as the diversification of our money with Bitcoin and other different tokens, because Ethereum is killing it too. It's going to pass $2,000. Bitcoin will pass $30,000, and the US dollar will continue to be printed and printed and printed, and it will start crashing even further. I don't want to hold that. Just get fiat, and I will go ahead and get some Bitcoin and put in my wallet and wait until we're much higher. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. It's insane. The world is tired. It's starting to get tired of the United States. Sadly, a lot of US citizens and residents and people who live here have no idea what's going on. Well, now you do. Peace.